all CGTN, all social media live form. We are bringing you live from Shenzhen. Now today we're going to have a lot of discussion about the development of Shenzhen in the past 4 decades, because today marks the 40th anniversary of Shenzhen Special Economic Zone. And earlier in the today show, we talked about how the city has developed. We talked with people who have lived here for generations. And later in tonight's program, we're going to talk about the high-tech industry development here in Shenzhen. Well, later on in our show, we're going to have a roundtable, and we're going to speak with a guest from high-tech industry. But here, before we go to the roundtable, let me give you a little introduction about the place where we are at. This place is called Artificial Intelligence Robotic for Society. It's an innovation hub center. It's a lab, but there are many centers like this here in Shenzhen, and they have a lot to do with the innovation development, and they're the incubator for the Shenzhen's development, especially in the high-tech industry. Now, before we start our roundtable discussion, we're going to show you some of the inventions, the latest inventions here in Shenzhen. Let me bring you my guest over here, Alex Qian, and
Hi.
he is the Associate Director of AIDS. So, show us around.
Okay, sure. I'll be very glad to show you around this
Okay.
exhibition hall. This is exhibition hall for AIRS.
For AIRS?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so what's in front of us?
Okay, so this is a screen, interactive screens. So we have a camera here, so you can capture your behaviors. Okay, and then the computer after this camera will understand what you are doing. For example, you can see there is a figure inside. All right, whatever you do, you can
actually
learn.
play with it.
Yeah, you can play with that. So this is a very good interacting scenarios.
Okay.
And based on this one, you can also understand the behavior of humans. And you can use this one as an interface between human and computers. For example, you can understand whether the elderly people are fall down. If fall down, give an alarm. All right. You can also use this one to control robots using waving hands, so the robot can come up.
And also for security reasons, for example, in malls, let's say, if you want to calculate the number of the guests in the mall. So this one, like one thing stands for one person, but it doesn't necessarily to show that person's face, right?
Yeah. You can count how many people come here. And actually, we have another system which is not demonstrated here, in another venue, which has very interesting functionality, for example, in the examinations, to see if the people are students, they are doing something abnormal or not.
And it's very interesting to see those little cubics on the screen. It just looks like a movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of a 3D animation.
That's right,
Okay.
definitely.
So let's go ahead.
Okay, we have some other robots and intelligent system to show you.
Okay. So this is the hall all about artificial intelligence.
Yes,
right?
AI
So
and robotics.
what's our understanding of AI?
Actually, AI is the kind of functionality that can help people to do something that they repetitively that they do not want to do. All right. So it's a kind of intelligence that the machine can have.
Right.
Also, this is another calligraphy robot, what we call a Calibot. Okay.
Calibot.
Yeah. We invented a lot of robots, interesting robots, and also gave them new names. All right. So this is a robot that can learn to do calligraphies. Compared with other industry arms, all right, they are very giant, and this robot has a optimized joints and optimized design, and also it can learn from demonstrations. I can learn how to do the calligraphy. Actually, calligraphy is a traditional Chinese art, and we are using robot to connect science and art together. So now we can see that it's called 人工智能, or it's artificial intelligence and robotics. It has 8 characters. So this is the first stage of intelligence that we will call the learning from demonstrations.
Definitely. The so-called demonstration is more like the person who really wrote the calligraphy will
teach
take
it.
this thing,
teach it how to write. So this is just like a teacher to teach the pupils how to write calligraphy. This is the first intelligence stage of intelligence. And the second stage is that you can have a look of the calligraphy. And then you can extract out the strokes. And then based on the previous learned actions, try to mimic, all right, the calligraphies.
Wow,
so this is second.
It's really look like what a real human is writing. Definitely, it's slower than what usually people would take. It takes
Yeah.
longer time, but certainly it's still in the process of learning.
Yes, and the final stage, the ultimate stage of calligraphy robot is that we would like enable it to create art. Take for example AIRS, AIRS. That is the English name of our institutes. And then we try to combine this one, for example, with Wang Xizhi. Wang Xizhi in Asian China does not know English, all right, only in Chinese. So, but we try to learn from his calligraphy styles. If he is still alive, how will he perform the airs, for example?
So in the near future, like
this is the
Asian
ultimate.
people can write something like really fancy, can write a modern article with just like the real person is writing.
Yes, yeah. So
let's have it finish the last character. So it's writing 人工智能, which literally mean artificial intelligence.
Yes. So we are combining AI and robotics together, make the robot more and more intelligent.
And the hard part is basically how strong you're using, the pen, right?
Yeah, the force on it, and also you see that there is a kind of sometimes some places it's very thick, some places it's very thin. All right. In Chinese, it's called 笔锋.
Yeah, very fancy. All right, perfect. Okay. Cool. Shall we move on?
Okay, sure.
So you just told me that the most precious thing in this gallery is actually what's in front of us.
So this is the gallery for the robot that the core team has developed since the last a few decades. All right. So AIRS, the director is Professor Yang Zhenshu, and his team has developed a lot of intelligent robots. So. And we have a lot of new design. For example, this is one wheel. So you can imagine that only one wheel will not be stable at all. It falls. All right, but compare with other vehicles like 4 wheels or 6-wheel vehicles, it has one good thing is that when it falls, it can get up, stabilize again very easily. Like the bicycles, easier to stabilize than the cars. If the car is 4-wheel car is upside down, it can be very difficult to turn it up. All right, so we designed this robot and actually open up a new areas in robotics, what we call the dynamically stabilized robot. This is fundamental research areas.
And how would it connect to the moon as well as Mars exploration?
Okay, actually, for the places which has no road, or the car are invented because of the road. If there is a road, there is a car. If there is no road, the exploration of cars, the area is very limited. But for the single-wheel robot, okay, it does not depend on the road. Okay? In the tough terrains, it can still move very smoothly.
So definitely, artificial intelligence will use in the space in the near future.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So. This is the center with 9 different departments. Can you brief us, like what's your fields of study?
Okay, actually for AIRS, that's what we call AI. I is for robots, and the S is for society. So we have 9 centers on AI and robotics, and including the machine learning, including computer vision, and intelligent robots. In intelligent robots, we have robot design and specialized robots and unmanned vehicles, and marine robotics and so forth.
So those are the different models.
Yeah, different areas.
Artificial intelligence.
Yes, and also we have a cloud computing, which is with IoT and cloud intelligence, which is a lot of agents how to share that their intelligence together.
Okay.
All right.
So what's ahead of us?
Okay.
You can come to my side.
Okay. So these are 2 very interesting robots. What we call looks like a dogs. All right, in robotics, it's called a quadruped
Sounds like
robot.
another exploration machine.
Yeah, definitely. So this is a small dog. We can walk and stand and have different actions. The application for this dog is, for example, for blind people. We have dogs to help to guide them, but the dogs take a long time to train and very limited numbers. So we can use the robot to do the things, to help to guide people, and to do explorations of the ground as well. And this big one, it has more sensors. We incorporate laser sensors and cameras so that you can understand the terrain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move forward. So definitely this is a place that you can certainly do a lot of interaction with the modules, but a lot of the projects are still under construction, as you can tell. So what is this?
Okay, this is oriented for the educations, and for the next generation of students, of young peoples. AI and robotics, how can we train them? How can we teach them? We need to have some curriculum, and we need to have some robots or some systems. They can have hand-on practice. So we have one mobile robot and with 4 wheels, and mobile robot with 2 wheels, so they can keep the stabilities. You can also use cameras and other LiDAR sensors to detect the surroundings, to understand, for example, that is a symbol, all right, to stop or not, to check the lines. So with this one, this type of system, the students can practice, can learn AI and robotics in the earlier stage.
It's basically a method to kind of engage the younger generation to start early and kind of getting engaged with the next generation.
Get interested with this system, with AI and robotics.
Sounds very good. And we also have a very interesting TV over here on this side. You can actually
you
see
can talk
what's
to it.
beyond the TV.
Yeah,
actually.
that's right.
So we can talk to it, right?
Yes, 播放.
It says play, and literally it would start playing.
Yeah.
So shall we have this kind of TV in the near future in our living hall?
Yeah, sure. In the future, the intelligent appliance equipments will be incorporated with the lives, make your livings, make your houses more intelligent and more convenient. Yes.
So whatever channel I want to maybe watch, it will definitely get a feedback to us.
Yeah.
So also, it's actually playing the...
playing the robots we have developed. For example, this is a robot to make material.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're about to come to our roundtable conversation quite soon. But before we start our roundtable discussion, we have prepared you a introduction clip of our distinguished guests. All right, welcome to our roundtable discussion. Today we have invited guests. They are high-tech elites from different industries, but they have many things in common, definitely, and also they're at different stages of their career path. So why don't we start with introducing each one of you and maybe having you comment on the career path that have you gone through. So can we start from you, Roger? Because this is the second time you come to our show.
Okay, yeah, thank you for inviting us.
When you're talking, just listen, look at me, so
Okay,
you can have
sure. Yeah, so I started coming to Shenzhen because, first of all, Shenzhen is a place that you can build hardware really fast, and it's really convenient, a lot of resources over here. And I started with building my IoT, so Internet of Things, right? And recently, and also we are adding more intelligence into it, what we call AI, AIoT. So it's like more about artificial intelligence and actually like a healthcare related item. Yeah.
So you're a founder of a startup, basically.
Yep.
When did you start it?
Actually, I started this startup a few years ago, about, so 5 years ago. Yeah. Yep.
And Louis?
Okay, so I'm currently working in Huawei Technologies as a solution architect in the IoT platform. So that is like this, I have some similarity with Roger. Yeah. So basically, like I'm doing some project in smart cities with like those governments. Yeah. That's my career path.
It's very interesting because you're doing smart home and Louis is doing smart
cities. Yeah.
So it's basically the same strategy but applying to different situations over here. And Jane?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm Jane, and I actually just graduated from college for almost 2 years, and then I come back to Shenzhen. And I am now a brand manager at the Shenzhen Intellectual Technologies, and my company is actually working kind of similar with Raj's company. We also do the smart cities, but we do more of a smart business, and we work on the public securities.
Okay. And we also have distinguished Professor Lee come to our show today.
Hello. Yeah, probably the oldest guy in this group.
But we have more expertise.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me here. My actually career starting, I got my bachelor master's in China and went to United States for my PhD degree. And I worked in the States for like 3 years before I came back. And I started this Microsoft Research Lab in Beijing with Kai-Fu Lee and other leaders, and have been working with that lab since 1999. And after that, in 2015, I joined a startup company in Shenzhen working on IoT. And so then I joined another company in AI industry, and after that, I came back to Shenzhen. Now starting.
What year was that?
Actually, I joined the company in 2018. I started this lab with Professor Xu in earlier 2018. Now I'm full-time. Came back.
Certainly, we have just explore a little bit about the exhibition center. It's so cool and very impressive. We got a chance to see some of the most advanced technology over here. So I'm wondering about, you guys are more like younger generations. Why did you choose Shenzhen originally?
I will go with the question
Sure.
because it's very simple for me. Actually, I'm from Shenzhen because I was born here.
Okay.
And yeah, I finished my high school here, and then I went to America for my undergrad degree. But I come back to Shenzhen because I had a very steady job in America. I worked in Bank of America as a data analyst. Then I heard that Shenzhen has more of the opportunities and it grows so fast. So I decided to come back and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just, it's very interesting. We just had a conversation at lunch. A lot of people, local Shenzhen people, decided not to leave the city because it's being so attractive, and that's very abnormal if you apply this to other parts of the country. Like, what do you think what do you like most of the city?
I mean, obviously, like our topic today, high technology developed very fast in Shenzhen, and that's like very shockable for all of us. And especially for us who go to the United States, we study their technologies there, and we want to come back to seek for more opportunities and to apply our knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Certainly. And what about you, Louis?
Yeah, I think there are 3 main reasons for me to choose to work in Shenzhen. So the first of all, and the most important one, the Shenzhen is an open city. So there's a slogan here. So if you come to Shenzhen, you are the Shenzhener. Right. So that means like no matter where you come from. So when you come to Shenzhen, so you are the local. So it just makes me feel home. Yeah. And secondly, so Shenzhen offers me a lot of opportunities for chasing my career. So we have like the DJI, we have like Huawei, we have Tencent here. So it just like offers me a lot of opportunities to choose my position. So my first position is like a developer, but after a few months, I really feel that that was not my thing. So that I kind of choose, I asked to join a solution architect team and do the project with Huawei, so that we have like the 176 sectors around the world. So that I get a lot of chances to do the business around the world. So that I like to talk about like the idea of the IoT platform to my customers. So the last day, I'm from Guangdong province,
Right.
so that's close to my home. So when my parents get old, I can just like go back home.
That's a
like,
very
yeah,
traditional
yeah.
Chinese thinking. Okay, and Roger, you're from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
What makes you decide to cross the river?
Yeah, actually, I born in Hong Kong, but I actually raised up in the United States. But why I'm at here? Because yeah, I like to build things, like especially hardware. And hardware, again, I was saying that if you're doing hardware, yeah, Shenzhen is the best place, not only in China, but actually in the whole world. But not only that, what I see is Shenzhen is actually gradually moving up. And for example, we are doing like smart healthcare, actually not only smart home, but also smart city and smart enterprise solution. We're adding like 5G into it, and I actually can show some demo later on. But for example, 5G, it's like what I see right now is like leading as well. It's like a place that, hey, we can have opportunity to not only build it, but also implement it and actually deliver it to the market. And then hopefully in some way we start from Shenzhen, then we can spread it out to the rest of China and then spread it out to the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. You guys all have a common background, which you studied abroad or either doing research from abroad. We're talking about, a lot of people started to talk about that this is the city that has a lot of dynamics. What is your understanding of that? Like embrace diversity and all of that.
Yeah. I'm not local Shenzhen.
Oh, where do you come from?
I came from Shandong.
Okay.
Yeah. But from my point is why come to Shenzhen, I do feel the energy of the city. It's like the people wherever you encounter some people in the street or meet someone at work. It's all very energetic. I think that's something let me feel have the same feeling as in Silicon Valley. So that's very dynamic, and also openness, like a lot of us in automation. And another thing is dare to try new things, and it has everything. To me, it's like a huge lab. This whole city is a lab. We can experiment even public policy, right? Not mentioned scientific research and other innovations. So that's really attracted me. There's no other place in the world like this, literally in the world. It's better than Silicon Valley in some sense. I will talk about it later on.
So you're compared with, you all been to Silicon Valley, and also China has many valleys, like let's say Optics Valley in Wuhan, like Zhongguancun in Beijing. So you basically have many different options. Like compare with those, what's the difference between like Shenzhen and other centers? Do you have any kind of a comparison?
Actually, first of all, for me, Shenzhen is close to Hong Kong, so it's
Right.
like easy for me. Yeah, and as mentioned earlier, it's actually really diverse. What I see is domestically, like for example, a lot of Chinese from all around, like different provinces will actually come here. But I do see that there's more coming ahead. Like for example, what I see about Silicon Valley, United States, is a lot of talent is actually from the global. And for example, in Hong Kong, it's still more internationalized and more global and all that.
Right.
And I hope in someday, really soon, Shenzhen will be in that way as well. Yeah.
Okay. I'm also curious about because you are in the high-tech industry, so what about your workloads? You just come from work, right?
Yeah.
So how much workloads do you do you have to deal with?
So probably like more than 8 hours. Because like it's,
A day?
Yeah, a day. Yeah,
Thanks, it's
around
not 2 days,
a day.
yeah, every 8 hours.
So it's like because at night, if you walk around Shenzhen, you can see like the building with lights on even to the midnight. I think that is like one of the most important reason for Shenzhen to grow so fast, because we just like all the people here and just like work hard and we produce things, and that's like made our technologies like spread around the world. Yeah, I think that is a thing. Yeah.
But what about you? You have been working with engineers at your company for a lot of time. You're a public relations person, but certainly you witness how hard they have been, gone through.
I mean, I observed that they, just like you just said, they work much more than over 8 hours a day. I pretty much think they work at least like 12 hours, and that's pretty simple, like for Shenzhen's young generation. And as for me, I'm a brand manager, so if there's any news going on in this industry, that I need to stand by like 24/7.
What's the standby 24?
That's too crazy.
Right, but just stand by, not like work 10/7. Right?
But she she got call from me during the weekend, right? While she was driving, she said, "Can I get back to you after 10 minutes?" I said,
That's
really
funny.
normal.
not cool, journalist.
That's pretty much normal for the whole Shenzhen young generation, right?
Really? So you also work overnight, and also work during the weekend?
Yeah, and we work when we call, and we drive.
Okay. So, but it really pays off well, because it makes you help you have your dream come true, sort of.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So what's the
Shenzhen speed?
That's the Shenzhen speed. That's another interpretation of Shenzhen speed, definitely. Because 40 years ago, when Shenzhen was just a fishing village, and then their understanding of Shenzhen speed was certainly to, how fast they built a building. But now, when the sector has changed to technology over here, the Shenzhen speed is about how hard or how fast pace you come to work. And what's the latest news? I'm curious, what's the latest news in the tech industry?
I mean, there's a lot of things going on in the industry, but mostly what we focus is what other companies doing.
Okay. So you're seeking what they are doing.
Yeah, we need to catch up with the change. That's our main job, right?
So you guys must have a lot of conversation before we go on live. What's the biggest common thing that you guys have?
Actually, okay. As I mentioned earlier, 5G is really a big thing. AI also, a lot of people talk about this. And what I see is not only using in different industry, but specifically for my industry that I focus is healthcare. Right? Everything has to go smart, and smart hospital, smart healthcare has been still slow. But eventually, what I'm seeing is eventually they will be smarter, and hopefully we can provide more solution on that and make the city smarter.
So Professor Lee, I would like to have basically a serious definition on smart city or artificial intelligence. There's just so many key terms. What is artificial intelligence?
That's a big question. Literally, you're right. Anything smart is called artificial intelligence. But in real life, there are certain things we still cannot do with machines. The machine doesn't have that kind of intelligence human has. So in a lot of senses, today's artificial intelligence is more like you using label data to train a model, right? Then you feed in new data, the model will generate new results for you. So it's a way to increase our productivity while reducing human errors. So that's current artificial intelligence can do. In the future, as research, and that's part of research we are doing as AIRS, is trying to make the engine smarter. Even without much data, you can do intelligence more or less like a human, but that's still a long way to go. Bring the AI into smart city, smart home, smart healthcare, and although it's not smart yet, but still can increase the productivity a lot and improve our life a lot. So that's why, I think AI will definitely bring a new generation of industry revolution.
And also, my understanding of artificial intelligence is all about how machine is trying to learn humans' behavior as well. So we're bringing you live from our social media platforms of CGTN's own media platform. If you have any questions, please leave your comments on our Facebook as well as a Twitter account, and we can comment your feedback and leave your thoughts over here. So guys, we are already on TV. So we are having a roundtable discussion about the high-tech industry here in Shenzhen, the innovative hub city. In the past 40 years, the city has transferred its sectors from like fast-speed construction development all the way to high-tech development. So we talk about a lot of cool, fancy topics like artificial intelligence, smart city, smart home, all sort of that. But before we continue our discussion, let me bring you our new friend, which is a little robot over here. I know that Professor Lee devoted his team into this robot project. So this is a little guy that can help children who suffer from autism. So you can basically pat the robot, okay, being defensive, right? If you pat the arm, okay, you can also pat his head. Hello. It takes time.
Facial expression of the kids and trying to analyze whether this kid may or may not suffer this autism. And then if the kids is diagnosed as has something like that, then it can be used as an interactive partner and trying to reduce the symptom or even train the kids to better, to getting better.
So it's more like an interactive toy.
Actually, it's not a toy.
It's not a toy, it's an assistant.
It could be a medical equipment.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's very serious and it has a lot of AI things inside. And it has, like you just pat, right? It's respond. It has a lot of advanced sensor around the body of this robot. Then we have this AI engine inside, analyze the behavior of the kids and also the facial expression, trying to guess what the kid want to do. Then it injects some of the interactivities so that both the kids get better and better.
Incredible. It's just like learning at the real time.
Yes.
Certainly. Yeah. So we just see a case of how the artificial intelligence is being applied to a medical industry, but certainly that can only benefit a small pool of people. In fact, artificial intelligence can benefit every single person. I visit a company who is devoted in helping people during the pandemic.
Artificial intelligence is a key component of many smart cities. Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, AI has been applied to prevention and control measures. This door access system can detect your body temperature and whether or not you have a mask on. But if you don't, it won't let you in.
The system is available in communities and workplaces. If someone with a high temperature tries to get access, the system will alert the administrator.
Facial recognition technology has been used in some malls, helping merchants track down suspects of theft. Now it's the same technology helping health authorities with contact tracing for potential coronavirus cases.
The pandemic has made us realize that we lack a system that can both locate people and screen their body temperatures. Our newest system meets both needs to close the loophole.
Shenzhen has been a hub of new ideas and startups in the high-tech industry. Pengcheng Laboratory is a government-led research center that promotes innovation in tech. It provides platforms for doctors like Chang Yi and Wang Xiao who've received assistance for their project. It's a camera that can capture images at speeds higher than the average low-motion camera can.
With automatic vehicles, ordinary cameras can hardly capture fast-moving cars or pedestrians. This camera can quickly detect road conditions and help avoid accidents.
The team says they've received sufficient support from the lab.
We were told to focus on problems that others have trouble solving. I'm very inspired by the project.
The team says they hope their project can make great contributions to society and especially to Shenzhen's success.
Well, these are just two of many successful cases as well as innovative cases here in Shenzhen. So actually the door system come from your company, Jane. So at least it's being applied to your office.
Right, yeah. Actually, we are trying it by ourselves, and we are trying to get the results and put it back in our products, right? So my company is the Shenzhen Internet of Vision Technologies, and as we said, it's focusing on the AI, the artificial intelligence, and we just talked about how big this ideal is, but I want to symbolize it in just one word, is the facial recognition is what we're doing. Right. So
you basically combine facial recognition with temperature detection.
Yeah, that's what we are doing with the door system, right? So
but this is a really smart choice because given the fact that this is the pandemic.
Actually, we don't proceed what's going to happen, but
Right.
actually, we didn't think about to combine the temperature measurement with the door system. But after the COVID-19 exploded so out of sudden, we just realized that we need some product like that. So we combine it and we swiftly launched a very effective product of it.
And Louis, from your field of expertise, how would 5G and artificial intelligence can be applied to the smart city framework?
Yeah, so I think like 5G will be the first be deployed in the automatic driving. Yeah, that means like because the cars have to be collected the data less than 1 minute, 1 second. So that means like you need like a wide bandwidth. Yeah, that means like the 5G is the best option for that. So that I think like the and the automatic driving is like is one of the I would say the scenes the scenarios for the artificial intelligence. I think that is the combination of these two new technologies.
Well, certainly.
Yeah.
And Roger, you're developing a smart home, and it has a lot to do with speakers. So we just interact with that robot. How is it similar to your project?
Yeah, actually, smart home is some project that I have done like a couple years ago. It's more like a voice control the home and all that. But actually, I bought my smart health related product over here. Maybe I can talk a little bit on this.
Sure.
Yeah. So this is actually a sensor that is FDA approved and will also CFDA, that we can actually measure the body temperature and wire. But also we have like a wireless protocol that actually grabs and collect a lot of different medical devices like blood pressure, body fat, and all that. All these machines will be wireless and connect, and actually we will collect all these data within. And we have a brain in there. So it's more like AI. Once we have collect all these biometrics data, then we will do analytics and then give out probably a result or recommendation so that like doctor or other people actually can reference to that, and not only at hospital or actually in home, you can actually able to see what's happening. Not only, so it's more like a smart health care device, and also doing something on what we call telehealth or like long distance remote. Yeah.
Definitely. So it's very interesting, Professor Lee, because a lot of the demos that we have seen, we see that the artificial intelligence certainly take much of the social responsibility. So would that be the future trend of AI?
Yes, definitely. I think all the technologies we developed so far is all should be benefit the whole society, the whole mankind. And the number one rule for scientists like us is trying to develop some technology. It's not doing better things, but just for the smart health, smart city, smart home, all trying to help our society, our people.
And they're getting more and more serious.
Yes, they are more and more
resolving real problems.
Yes, these are just some example, and I think the space for us to develop new products, new technologies in AI space is tremendous, and it's not just the tip of the iceberg, but it's very little today. And imagine, we have this past industrial revolution like steam engine and also electricity. AI today is just like what we had before for this revolution. So you can imagine anything will become smarter, like digital twins, right? Everything in our physical world will have a digital twins in the cyberspace, and everything become computable, right? Then imagine how things can be changed and how our life will be revolutionized because of this.
And how we reach today is basically Shenzhen is really providing a very beneficial, preferential policies so that we can, thrive under this industry. Well. Let me now go live to my colleague Omar Khan. He's also in Shenzhen, but he has been visiting somewhere really, really cool. So Omar, you've been up to a place called Huaqiangbei. I heard at that place you can basically assemble any electronic devices. Did you get a TV or something?
No, unfortunately, I didn't get a TV, but you said it right there. Essentially, any sort of hardware, any piece of technology that can be found at a place called Huaqiangbei. And I've been following your live stream as you guys have been going through this evening. I've seen robots, I've seen a calligraphy robotic arm making a beautiful sort of little print out there. Behind all that technology, underneath that shell, there are tiny little components, there's hardware, there's so much more to than that finished consumer product. So as you mentioned a few days ago, I got to explore Huaqiangbei. Here's a look at my journey exploring the hardware capital of the world. Take a look. So we're here in a part of Shenzhen known as Huaqiangbei, and for anyone working in the tech industry and hardware, they'll know that this Huaqiangbei area of Shenzhen is a hardware capital of the world. Any parts, any circuits, any sort of pieces that go into your phone, that can all be found here, be it broken, be it secondhand used, or you need it to get repaired, you can come here to Huaqiangbei and have that. But as you can see around me, there are those name brand shops from Lenovo to Dell to Microsoft. That's all available here as well. But as you venture deeper into some of these markets, you'll find those smaller sort of stalls where literally anything can be customized, anything can be tailored to what you exactly need, and then can be moved on to another part of Huaqiangbei and can be assembled. So everything from hardware to technology to putting anything together can be done right here in the heart of Shenzhen.
这个是3D 视频显微镜用于这个手机检修啊、电路板的检测呀这些，然后可以放大、缩小，也可以测量。
So people obviously come here, they make a living, they're here to sell products and do business, but it's also a place they spend so much time here. You can see this guy right here. Got to catch up with him earlier today. He's from Zhejiang province, enjoying live NBA action. Audio technician quickly bought some. 你买了什么东西啊？
买了这个小转接头，
I think the tiny little antennas that he was able to buy just within a few minutes of coming in. I was able to locate them and make a purchase. Look how easy and convenient that is.
Coming to this part of the city is a tech consumer's paradise, but it's also providing opportunities to those looking for something beyond a job in wholesale by branching out into their own ventures. Take Liu Jiping as an example, who spent considerable time in Huaqiangbei.
我前面是在那个
I came here in 2013 looking to bridge R&D together with application. I worked in Huaqiangbei for 3 years with more than 100 types of chips and was able to put them into production. Once produced elsewhere, we were able to come back here and sell them on the market. You could say that everything a consumer needs can be found here.
The electronics and hardware market has also seen considerable changes. It's helped propel many companies to success, but has also gone through the process of shedding products known as shanzhai, copied or counterfeit goods.
Huaqiangbei has accomplished a lot historically. It's become a distribution center for buying and selling. I think more than 80% of enterprises in Nanshan district have sort of hatched from Huaqiangbei. It's contributed to Shenzhen's reform and opening up. In the future, I think Shanghai will face more transformations and all of Huaqiangbei will introduce more systems for innovation and development.
Meanwhile, some of Shenzhen's and the world's biggest IT companies, including Alibaba, have also recognized Huaqiangbei as being essential to their business and clients.
Huaqiangbei has always been the #1 electronic street in China, probably the #1 in the world as well. 90% of the transactions involving electronic products happen in Huaqiangbei, so pretty much all digital brands and manufacturers can find their products in Huaqiangbei. Alibaba relies heavily on the innovation and capabilities of Shenzhen.
As China works to strengthen its intellectual property rights and stamp out copycat products, the future of Huaqiangbei, at least from that regard, is unclear. But for anyone still looking to find a place that's fostered innovation and a sense of open source technology, the heart of Shenzhen is still a source of inspiration.
So an absolutely inspiring and astonishing place to check out. I've heard of it Huaqiangbei before and finally got to check it out, and it's extremely that sort of tech guru's paradise to check out. And Yunfei, next time I go to Huaqiangbei, I will definitely be buying a TV. But for now, back to you at your round table.
Well, I just changed my idea. Maybe next time bring me a cell phone or something. Thank you so much. Omar Khan live for us from Shenzhen. Well, our conversation will continue, a roundtable conversation that will continue for our live streaming. If you download CGTN app or go to Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter and search CGTN, you can watch our conversation live stream. But for our TV audience, it's back to Mao Mao.
Wow.
Okay, you're watching our special coverage of Shenzhen's 40th anniversary of Special Economic Zone. Welcome back to our discussion. Our discussion will continue on our social media platforms. So, guys, there was one saying, whether you could believe or not, people say that the current artificial intelligence is just like statistics. Does it make sense?
It does.
It does. Have you think about that, Professor Lee?
Yeah, that's what current AI is based on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about statistics. If you look at the history of the AI, and it's all about the statistics. But that's also its drawback.
Right. Why is that?
It's because once you have learned something, you will be able to do something. If the new scenario you've never been able to see, then you're probably guaranteed to fail. It's all because in your training set, in your statistic, in this case never happened before. So when this new case come up, you're doomed to fail. So that's a drawback of the current generation of AI.
Okay, that's a very interesting perspective. And also another day, I was really inspired by how you introduce the smart city in the future. Like when it's applying to the national security. Can you tell us more about that?
Actually, when you speaking of the security, I want to share one little story of why I joined this company. So it's very interesting. It was about 2 or 3 years ago, and there was a kid that kidnapped by others, and his parents come to our police and ask for their help. So the police, by using our innovation, they fastly located the last location of where the kids appeared, and we got the kids back in within 15 hours. And we got him back. He was in another province, which is 10 hours of train from here. So that's like how I realized how technology can benefit actually on people's daily life, and that's the biggest reason why I joined this company. Because I feel like when I'm working here, I'm not just doing a work. I'm also doing things about the society's responsibilities.
Certainly, but at the same time, it's also a matter of how you collect those kind of data, because there are also security reasons behind it. I just wonder, how would you deal with all those security reasons? Like, how would you deal with those data? For example, Roger, you're a startup, so how would you work with those like issues?
Yeah. So first of all, like a few years ago, we already aware of GDPR. We actually provide solution for big customer listed company for overseas, and we actually implied that kind of privacy as well. And of course, for our own kind of product, especially as healthcare related, of course, we will do some privacy or encryption inside to it, so that these data will be being protected. Yeah.
Certainly, and also as maybe global leaders, what kind of a mentality should we have in terms of like protecting people's privacy and security? Because the Baidu CEO Robin Li once said that Chinese people don't care about their privacy. They would like to exchange their privacy with convenience. Like, can we have a mentality like this? Like, what's the threats really behind it? What kind of, as a world leader, what kind of mentality should we have?
I think that's a very serious issue we have to consider when we're developing new technology. There are two ways. One way is like policy. Policymakers should make certain things into law.
But it's always behind the advancements of technology.
That's one way. The second way is using advanced technologies. And there are new technologies like federal learning. You don't really need to have all the data before you can train a model. So that's how technology can advance to protect users' data, whether it's privacy or some other data. People all around the world are taking this issue very serious, and I think China, many companies actually are doing this already, and there is a very active research area in this space.
Definitely, there are many discussions about national security and security, online security over here in China. But one thing pops up, another very interesting thing is for Huawei, security reason has become an excuse for foreign administrators. Are you guys being puzzled by that?
Yeah, kind of. Actually, like Huawei promised that we will never touch the customer's data because we are just focused on the communication technologies. So we just like building the connection. Okay, so we were just like building the tube. Yeah, so for those data inside, we are not touching them. We are not like those internet company. Probably they will use those data to do some analysis to help people, for example, like to help you to recommend something to use. So that sort of thing. But for Huawei, we just like take those the data security very seriously, and we are not doing that thing. But I mean, we can't deny that some people, probably some government, will use this thing to attack the Huawei. So we keep our promise. Yeah.
Certainly. And also, let me get back to our, Shenzhen's environment topic, because our colleague Omar Khan really had a great conversation with Roger another day. He went to his company. So Omar spoke with two startup runners who have been working here for a couple of years and see their innovation. Let's take a look. Yunfei, CGTN, Shenzhen, Guangdong Province.
Well, that's all for today's special edition of the 40th anniversary of China's Shenzhen as a special economic zone. We leave you with some views of the changes in the city over the past 4 decades. I'm Wang Mengmang in Beijing.
Our bank. Also, we have a digital scale, global tracking that you can track your luggage in over 150 countries.
This is just one of many innovations coming to fruition at the Qianhai Shenzhen Hong Kong Youth Innovation and Entrepreneur Hub. For Eric Lau, the co-founder of a smart device startup, coming to Shenzhen has enabled his team to not only tap into the city's localized advantages, but also the entire Greater Bay Area.
So because we're working on smart backpacks, smart luggage, so the hardware part, we produce it in Shenzhen Bao'an. And then for the backpack or the luggage, we produce in Dongguan and also Shiling in Guangzhou. And also we have warehouse in Dongguan and Huizhou. So we're kind of really using the Greater Bay Area.
In the first half of 2020, the Qianhai Entrepreneur Hub, also known as the Dream Factory, incubated nearly 230 startups from Hong Kong, Macau, and abroad. So what keeps attracting innovators, especially those from across the bay in Hong Kong?
So first, Shenzhen have a rich pool of venture capitalists here, and then they are very, very mature, very positively and selectively investing in startups. I have my idea, I see a place that I can execute it, so I move to it. The Greater Bay Area can satisfy all the needs of a hardware company.
Just a few offices down from Lau is fellow Hong Konger Roger Yu, the founder of a startup looking to turn smart cities even smarter. Yet despite sharing similar experiences in terms of business success, Yu still believes Shenzhen has room to improve.
Hong Kong will be much more easier. You can actually do anything online and all that, right? But now it's of course a little bit better, but of course in terms of as a startup entrepreneur, you have to face a lot of things, even accounting, right? Tax, right? And it's a little bit more complicated in China, and yeah, it makes sense. But of course, it's more workload. Yeah.
Obstacles within a business environment are common realities for many startups, especially those in China. Shenzhen, however, which is set to celebrate 40 years as a special economic zone, still has a lot to offer.
Recently, I also joined the competition as well as what we call investor matching, and that is quite helpful. You still need to build your team, right? And your team, eventually, there's more talent over here. If you're doing hardware related, of course, this is the best part. Not only in China, it's the best part in the world.
With what looks like a promising future for Shenzhen and those calling it their new home, perhaps dreams will no longer be distant goals. Omar Khan, CGTN, Shenzhen.
Okay, Roger, you're from the story. So what's your future? Let me get some of the last words. What's your future plan on your startup project?
Okay, for us startup, we want to grow actually. Yeah. So basically, we have the product, we have the technology, and we just want to start from Hong Kong, starting from Shenzhen, and then expand. Yeah.
Great. Take the great advantage of the Greater Bay Area.
Yep.
Certainly. And Jane, what do you foresee maybe the future world over here? Because you did a lot about the city governance.
I would say I would expect the world to be more convenient and to be more delightful under our high technology, right?
And Louis, what about you? Do you have any plans for personal future?
Personal future, probably like get more salaries and then pursue like
more salary.
Yeah, more salary. That's very important because like Shenzhen offers us like decent salary. That's one of the reasons for people.
Finally, somebody got to this point. That's great. And Professor Lee, you're seeing the different generation coming in and hop on the fast track. Do you have any words to them?
Yeah, I hope and I believe Shenzhen will not only become an innovation center of China, but an innovation center for the world. And we will be more open and be more consistent. And then in the end, we will embrace more talents to come to Shenzhen to start to work here and live here. and I view my future will be bounded to Shenzhen.
Definitely, those are really best wishes. But that's the end of our coverage of the 40th anniversary of Shenzhen Special Economic Zone. Thank you so much for your company for the entire day, and stay tuned on CGTN. Have fun to the rest of your day.